We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Well, good morning, everybody. Out of your dogma snuggies. I know you're so molded and the sheep are so herded. You're all been herded. The sheep herders, it's worked so beautifully. What's the first step to freedom? Cutting the cable. Get rid of your TV. I haven't had a TV in years and years. But I'm sitting here, I'm on 12th and Washington in Ogden, Utah. This historic piece of real estate that they destroyed right here in front of one of the best frescoes I ever did, which they tried to destroy. They tried to panty paint over it. They panty paint over my work, my house, my big, beautiful red, white, and I mean, the incredible thing that they stole. A Mormon named Bailey, lives out West River, stole my house. I mean, I built it with cash. They stole it, panty painted it. It's all, they tried to make it look like everything else here, brown, fake stone. As I've said for years, you can't drink and drive in Utah, not because it's against the law and immoral, because you're going to get drunk. Well, you can't even take a cab. You can't even drink because you're going to go home and you're going to confuse your house with the next house because they all look exactly the same. The sheep, this is the sheep capital of the world. I'm sitting right here at the little coffee shop right here because it's such a beautiful view of Mount Ogden, and they have good Wi-Fi right here. It's the only reason I come here. This historical place, this beautiful, beautiful, these sheep line up every morning. We hate the government in Weber County where I live. The most federal government employees on the face of the earth. Not just any government, the place. Right here. Their congressman, they don't even know who he is, Rob Bishop. Their state senator, Mike Lee. I cut welfare $11. He's the guy that cut food stamps $11 or he got $600,000. We hate the federal government. They all work. IRS is headquartered right down the road. Fill up for everybody here works for them. Either you become a serf, and they line up 50 deep in their cars. Now I've said for years, Kevin, you know, I've been asked by many, what was the first thing you would do? They drive up windows illegal. And people here laugh at you here. They think that's some kind of insane radical. That's how freaking sheep-herded they are. There's plenty of places around the world, including the United States, they're illegal. Plenty of places that are illegal, and very good reason. Lots of European cities have even banned cars. Those kind of debates went on here when I was a kid. People forget so easy. All you know, beautiful girls with flowers in your hair that traded your freaking love, your sex, your idealism, and the men too. For what? A shiny car and a mortgage? You really identify yourself with the car you drive when everybody marries. Honestly. That's how sick they are, really. That's how superficial we've become. I was a plasterer for years here. They have panty painted all over my work, all over. And I'm going to talk about it, royals and serfdom and the evolution in the 30-year cycle. And everybody thinks, oh, it's always been. It has not always been this way. This is a new thing. Serfdom. This has been a pattern that has evolved for centuries. Now, I guess it's just the luck when you get born, huh? Maybe either you're born into a royal neo-feudalism system or you get lucky and you're born into an aberration time where they fight back against the royals, and this cycle's gone on from the time of mankind. Now, let's talk 1770s. The royal system, one inbred family ran the Western world, really ran the whole world. So, why then? Colonials were living in North America for hundreds of years. The last of the Mohicans, the French, and the English, and the Spaniards fighting over the natural resources, like what they do, the sick. That's what royals do. By the way, they were all related for the most part. Cousins, inbred the bleeders, still related. So, Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, the Scottish royal bastard son of George Washington. Scottish royalty. Yes, William Wallace is a real man 700 years ago. My children are direct descendants of William Wallace. But what do? Even if you get momentum and you change the playing field, they buy you. What's that great quote, Teddy Roosevelt, that Morgan said? We bought the son of a bitch and he wouldn't stay bought. Well, they buy these son of a bitches and they stay bought. Barack Obama bought and sold. Now you think about it. I want people to really think about it. Black is white, up is down. The greatest document ever signed to give royals full-blown out slavery is the TPP. It's going to be signed by a black man? Really? The abuser? No, because he's not black. There's nothing black about that guy. It's like, you know, what's her name says all the time. Yeah, all that guy did was plant the seed. That isn't a father. That has nothing to do. He grew up in Hawaii. You know, he looked Hawaiian. You know, he was as contemporaries as they get. So, that Scottish royal prick, isn't that what these guys do? Look at these same royal pricks. Look, they do to Princess Diana, their own bloodlines. They can't handle having anything beautiful, anything sexy, anything that looks nice. They have to destroy it. That's what the royals do, because they're sick. They're inbred sick fuckers. They have to, and it is up to the purist, the fighter, to fight. And they'll never get any credit. People that fight against them, I mean, it's just a born light that shines inside very few individuals, like it did Hamilton. That Scottish royal prick abandoned his beautiful mother and him as a child. But he, just like Obama, but different, very different. He took the high road, Obama took the low road. He saw the slave trade in his face. He was doing the books. He was a genius. He read Greek tragedy over and over. It was the only books he had his hands on. He read them because, really, people say, oh, it's Greek mythology. All these stories are fairy tales. Well, fairy tales are not. What's that great line, Bruce? The boss, the old boss, just like the new boss. If a dream doesn't come true, is it a lie or is it something much more? You know, so he hung on to that, and then he becomes the tragedy, the great tragic story, well, to his personal life, but to the world, he enlightened the world, along with his friend Paul Revere and his friend Samuel Adams. Look, the colonialists in North America were the greatest craftsmen in the history of the world. You know, Masons, of course they were Masons. Let's talk about how the Masons started. The greatest craftsmen in the history of the world. I'm a rock mason, right here. I'm looking at one of my jobs right now. Incredible fresco that I did. They've tried to penny paint over, but it still stands. I would never switch to the fake rock. I never switch to the fake stucco. I would not employ illegals, which that's what the entire thing, because first they come for the craftsman. I won't stop there. For I was a craftsman. Then they come for the homosexuals, for I was not a homosexual, so I did not stand up. Then they came for the Jews, for I am not a Jew, so I did not stand up. Then they came for me, there was no one left to stand up. Welcome to your world. So he stood up. They were Masons. They broke. The George Washington Masons started to fight with the Royal Masons. Fuckhead. Churchill evolved from the House of Windsor. They evolved from the House of George Washington. They're like, fuck these fuckers. It was all started by Sam Adams and Paul Revere. They're sitting around the bars drinking. Can you believe these English fuckers are bringing in these cheap, junky Chinese fucking goods, the East India Company, into the port of New York? We gotta fucking stop them. They're making fucking junky ass fucking knockoff fraud, forging our furniture. They were forging their furniture. And if you don't believe me, I want you to watch the Antique Roadshow or just Google the Kino brothers. Those two fucking crazy ass twins are geniuses. Geniuses. Talk to them about the finest furniture in the history of humanity ever made. Talk about it, what it goes for. You see what it resells for? You see what they go for? You got a piece? You probably have a piece and don't even know it. You probably threw it on a pile and burned it. Same when your dad came back from World War II and had that Picasso or that Van Gogh shoved in his backpack and you hang it on the wall and you took it to the DI and sold it for $1 because America couldn't tell Picasso if they fucking got the fucking thing crammed around their fucking neck because they're ignorant, because popism has taken the fields. They like fake rock. They like fake stucco. They can't see past their fucking nose because they're disconnected from the fucking earth. They've fucking grown up in a house that been contemporized inside of a poor fucking education system that was gutted in 1980. Thank you, Reagan. So, Hamilton, George Washington finds him. His bastard child? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. George Washington said it over and over. Who's the greatest president this country ever had? Oh, that's easy. Real easy. George Washington. Who's the worst president this country ever had? Well, it was W. Bush by far. Why? Because he sprayed white phosphorus, depleted uranium all over the fucking earth for time and all eternity. You can't reboot from that. He's fucking killed the earth, him and his fucking creepy, sick, draft-dodging fucking pieces of shit. But Obama's close on his fucking heels, soon to pass. Obama, I think, will probably pass him, and I'll tell you why. I think Obama will pass him because betrayal. He ran as a black man. The champion of, and we all bought into, he is the champion of the working class. He is the Hamilton. He is the Abraham Lincoln. He talked about Lincoln all the time right as he got elected, that phony fucking fraud. He couldn't make a pimple on Abraham Lincoln's ass. He's a rat. We put him up on this pedestal like he was intelligent. He's not intelligent. You know, these speeches he gives, whatever, you've seen him, he's green as grass, and I can prove how fucking dumb he really is. He ranks right there with Bush's stupidity. When the bankers, he come in right as president, he was so fucking green. And I know people on Wall Street, and they'll tell you this. I know people. I've fucking worked back there for years, and they'll tell you straight up, we thought Bush was easy to play. We knew Clinton fucking was an easy target because Clinton knew what he was up to. Clinton had a fucking, Clinton was a Rhodes Scholar in economics, the House of Windsor. He knew their whole fucking mantra was, how do you fucking get the Royals back? Simple. Clinton knew it. The Royals have always knew it. Pull the tariffs. It's that simple. Pull the fucking tariffs. NAFTA. Bill Walmart, he's a Democrat? Oh my God, that fucking did America get fucking fooled. So that's what they did. They played, fucking bankers played Obama worse than fucking Bush. They'll tell you, we couldn't believe it was this fucking easy. This guy was dumber than fucking dirt. This guy couldn't tell an arbitrage from a fucking derivative from a fucking zero coupon bond. He had no fucking education in economics whatsoever. He was a fucking propped up lawyer from fucking Harvard Law who never probably ever really did get a law degree. He was just found. They found the drug addict in his fucking car, Barry. Grew up in Indonesia. An African father planted the seed in the beautiful mother. And they're like, fuck, we got another one. We got one just like Clinton. We know that taller candidate's twin. He's tall. I mean, you think about that. Almost every single election, everybody says, oh, how did fucking Bush win? He wasn't tall. He didn't win. Hello. How many votes take to be president of the United States? 5 Supreme Court justices and your CIA rat fucking father who put him there. The Bush crime family versus the Clinton crime family now on Balco. That's all they're there for. People run for office in the United States to get rich. I could put Mia Love right here. had a book out 3 days after she's elected. I mean, these are Congress people. They keep giving this away. They don't work. They don't fucking do anything. They're bought and paid for. The CEO of Boeing was in the fucking house, behind closed doors, when this Betrayal 13, we had 44 Republicans vote for it, 13 Betrayal Democrats. And, of course, Uncle Tom Obama, the globalist fucking royals. So we go back to Hamilton. We go back to Paul Revere, the great silversmith. A lot of historians and people that find this, they recently just found one of his pieces in a wall that was put in a time capsule. They forgot about it. There's a lot of people think he was maybe one of the greatest silversmiths in the history of the world. He was that good. They fucking loved their craft. It was all about the craft. It was all big. That's what I was. And I got to tell you, I grew up in a family. I remember my uncle, who's a neurosurgeon, one of the greatest neurosurgeons in the world. My other uncle, who's one of the guys who invented fucking bypass surgery here at the Ogden Clinic, dead and gone. Which way but neither one of them could fucking stand me. They fucking still don't fucking like. He's dead, the one, but the other's alive. Well, he can't stand me because he's a fucking Mormon, drank the Kool-Aid, fucking thinks he's in the Royal fucking Club. Fuck. But he's a genius. I remember my fucking dad, all of them, they're like, Kevin, that fucking mind you got. Here I'm getting kicked out of the art fucking department at fucking Weber High School right here, this grand building that used to sit right here. Leslie Hodson, Frank Lloyd Wright fucking building, one of the greatest buildings ever. My grandpa Abraham Hunziker IV used to say it. My beautiful artist mother at Woodbury, she used to say it all the time. These stupid fuckers going to tear that fucking thing down? My grandfather was a contractor, you know, all those sand pits, whatever. He knew about tearing. He says, good luck to the guy that gets the contract tearing this down. They actually tore it down. Fucking, I'm standing here where it was. The wrecking ball was bouncing off of it. The guy went bankrupt tearing it down. That's what they do. They panty paint. My big, beautiful house right down the road. Green, white, red, arched walls. I talked to the guys. They stole it from me. These haters, they nailed the 6-up, fucking pound it down. These haters who hated me. What'd you do with those beautiful mosaics I put in there? What's a mosaic? Broke my fucking heart. You know, yeah, my beautiful wife, gone. All of it gone, you know, and they nailed the 6-up because they hate artists. They fucking hate artists. And I can prove they hate artists, and the Royals fucking really hate artists. They're still trying to fucking dilute Michelangelo, probably the greatest artist who ever fucking walked. I had a guy tell me the other day, he says, well, you know, Warhol never took care of his money. A guy from Pittsburgh has a degree in fucking library studies. And I'm like, what? He was a billionaire on his death. You take his portfolio right now, put it together, you could probably bail the United States debt out. That's how fucking much he was worth. Yeah, real didn't take care of his money. It's like when they say, oh, Michael Jackson's broke. He's a pedophile. None of the above. He was never. Yeah, he was fucking mixed up because of his abusive, sick motherfucking family. Those sick fuckers. Those sick fuckers. His father gave a statement like 2 days after Michael Jackson was dead. Hey, you know, and his friend said, tell him about your new record label, whatever. These were sick motherfuckers. He was no pedophile. You know, yeah, he was eccentric and liked kids because he missed his childhood, obviously. You know, people have been doing it for years. They know, hey, you send your kid over there and then accuse him of pedophile, just make it up, and he'll write you a check. They knew. They were fucking because he was such an artist. I mean, we're talking one of the greatest artists that ever fucking lived. Oh, he was broke. He was broke. He was just a dumb fucker, a real fucking stupid. Bought the fucking Beatles, took on Sony, took on the whole fucking so-called Illuminati, which ain't Illuminati, which is Roy. He took them on. That fucker took them on, and they feared that fucker. You know how much fucking money he was worth? You know how much he's worth now, even before he was dead? We're talking fucking probably $100 billion. One of the richest people in the fucking world. And a black kid from the fucking ghetto? What an artist. Oh my God, what a fucking artist. That's what they do. They panty paint. They dilute because they know there's one way to rise up fucking like a phoenix out of the fucking dust, through the art. Warhol did it. That sick kid from fucking Pittsburgh, how did he crack into oligarchy? How did he get there? And isn't it funny how they all end up killing them all? Let's see, how did Michael Jackson die? I was on Propofol in the hospital. I was on it. I was on every fucking drug. So much pain, so they put me what they called the miracle mouthwash, which is basically tranquilizers. when you finally get so much pain, because I was in so much pain because the chemo fucked my guts all up. And it was epic, and the tumors wrapped around it. They would finally have to use propofol on you and knock you out. They have not one, two nurses sitting there with their eyes glued the whole time, with their hand on the fucking mouths, because you stopped breathing. Michael Jackson fucking knew what he was, and let me tell you, come on, that drug's the best drug in the fucking history of mankind. I come out of there hugging the ugly fucking men fucking nurses. Oh my God, I never felt so fucking good in my life when I would wake up off that shit. And we all know, as any artist knows, I always like our great fucking friend Charlie Russell, the great Western artist here, right here. He would say, no, my mind's fresh in the mornings. I do my work if I get a good night's sleep. I do my drinking during the fucking middle of the day. I go to bed so my mind's at work, and my best work's done when that. Michael Jackson knew that. All these great artists fucking know that. That's when they do their best fucking work. They get good fucking rest. They wake up. They try to fucking be, you know. And these are artists. These are eccentric fucking people. But they rise up like a phoenix out of the dust, and they continue. They're still trying to fucking panty paint Michelangelo's work. There's a fucking article out today, and I just commented to the guy that wrote it. Trying to compare Michelangelo to the frauds of the day. I'm like, fuck, please. Because what, he made a sculpture when he was 20 years old, Cupid, and made it look old? It was still his work. It was original fucking work. Yeah, he fucking made it look, he was 20 fucking, you're going to compare to this, to these fucking fraud fucking, that's panty painting. That's what they do. Right here across me, there's a rock job that I worked on in 1982 for a guy. We have this incredible, beautiful, big granite. Some of the best, most beautiful granite in the world right here. I remember the bill when he handed it to the guy in 1982, the old boy I worked for. He was a master. He taught me a lot. I learned a lot from the masters. I started at 15, sticking my thumb out hitchhiking, here and into San Diego. I'd go back and forth. I learned how to make fucking, from my grandfather, I learned how to make bar tile out of this white fucking sand right in the pit without a kiln. It's still in my mom's house. It's still over. It's magnificent. It's brilliant. It's fucking great. I know that recipe. I was taught that recipe, and then I evolved. They painted over this rock job with $3,000 worth of paint. Up on 24th and fucking Monroe, there's the famous old Safeway. The rock, this big, beautiful, imported fucking green from the quarries in Minnesota. It's got to be worth $100 billion or $100 million fucking rock job. You couldn't fucking replace, unreplaceable. This half Arab, half whatever, I don't know what it is, Babib or whatever, thinks he's a Mason, by the way. And his fucking kid, his kid's the kid that made the fucking Mason fucking movie in L.A., fucking jokester idiot. I mean, they think they're the club. These young kids making these fucking grotesque fucking documentaries, you know, and then they grandstand around the country and think they're something. I'm like, you ever heard of YouTube? Go on to YouTube. These guys are doing this in their fucking basement with $3 fucking or better documentaries than you ever fucking made. So he hires me to plaster over it. I'm like, I won't fucking do it. Fuck you. I won't fuck. He fucking sues me. I said, I refuse. So they covered it up, turned it into a fucking Mexican fucking mart. They sell fucking, you know, because this is a sanctuary city. It's not their fault, the Mexican, but it's totally 100%. Nobody here is a legal citizen. No one here. It's a sanctuary city because we had a little governor named Matt Godfrey, a little rat that I went to college with, who went on a Mormon mission to Mexico to speak Spanish. So what he would do, this is the fraud that goes on here. The mortgage fraud is fucking garbage. Nobody ever goes to jail here. They forge documents. They forge fucking papers. It's the Mormon way. So what he did, he would bring families here in the United States under the umbrella of the Mormon Church, without visas, whatever, and he found a way to write a mortgage. He found these fucking investors and these fucking Republic mortgage fuckers and these fucking fraudsters. I can name names. They should have all went to prison. None of them. They all fucking none of them when it crashed down. So they don't know any better. You know, they're believing him. They come to Zion here. They can't even speak English. He finds a foreclosed fucking dumpy-ass house here because it's turned into a meth capital, full of meth. Fuck, he buys it for $20,000, fucking puts some lipstick on the pig, and then sells it to them for fucking $60,000. Gets the mortgage paper written to an illegal, which is against the fucking law. Fucking guts the whole city, rapes the whole fucking city, then fucking just fucking bolts on us. That's how they play here. So the whole city, so it's the entire fucking Western United States is full of so-called illegals, which it's not their fault. It's a hungry people they're exploiting. But it gutted the construction industry, it gutted the hotel industry, it gutted it all because they're being paid cash. So it guts the infrastructure of the community. Nobody has a sense of community. Because so the only way they're able to raise money is through property taxes, thus the 0% interest rate. Without the 0% interest rate, they know they pull the plug on that and raise the fucking rate. There goes property tax. Over. Go to fucking Ireland. They'll say, how come you Americans can't own anything? And you'll look at them like, what are you talking about? Property tax. So in California, they just keep raising and raising. That's how they fund those municipalities. And you get into serfdom. There's no jobs, so the kids go to school because they want to make something of that. They don't want to sit here and serve coffee their whole fucking lives. Get your college degree, go in debt. College student debt is higher than fucking mortgage debt right now. It's the highest fucking debt. You know what? And they can't pay. They have no, it's slavery. They indentured slave them. They put the fucking, they used to call them the golden handcuffs fucking debt. Go into MIT, fucking Berkeley or whatever, and then Miko Kakko says it perfectly. You get a fellowship like Aaron Swartz, like any of them, like Barack Obama, like what's his name, Trotsky, that the CEO of Facebook, her husband, the billionaire who went to college with Obama, ends up dead on the floor in Mexico. Not a peep about that. They whacked him. They whacked Swartz. So they put the golden handcuffs on you. We used to call out. Miko says it the fucking best. He says, as soon as I graduated, they told me you're going to work at Livermore. You're going to be a science lab. No, I'm not. They threatened to kill him. Threatening. That's what they do. But now they're not even golden. They put the fucking black fucking handcuffs on you, the chains, the fucking antebellum, worse than the antebellum slave. They put them on you because you're a student. You went to school. So I was a professor at the #1 school of business in the country right here. Clyde Cooley got mad cow in his head and died. Got mad cow. What do? They burn it in Bountiful. That's a stair cycle. The only place in North America is allowed to burn BSE. So there's a girl named Becky. I used to call her Becky Thatcher. You know, she used to laugh. She defended. She was a neocon, dug in, fucking whack job. Bunch of kids, young. This is the arrogance of this woman because this is how arrogant she was. She, toe-to-toe, foot-to-foot, would fight with me about stair cycle. Inside the cap, we went at it forever. She got sick on Remember the 5th of November. You can't make this shit up. Young. She's young. Young children, like 5 of them, like they do here. They have more. They have so many kids here still because the Mormon Church tells them that's the only way they can pad their fucking numbers. So she gets it in her brain. BSC. So this is how the Mormon Church spins it. Oh, it's not BSC. They come up with the big name, which is the Latin name for BSC. So they call it then we call it encephalitis. They fucking rattle off some big fucking Latin fucking name. That's what these lawyers and these doctors think they do. And she dies. She dies quick. The capital's not very far from Stericycle. So I send them the email from Cambridge, from the medical facility that says, you guys can call it this big Latin name all you want, but it's BSE. What's BSE? Mad cow? Absolutely. It's fucking encephalitis. Medical waste has to be burned. When they open up that brain that's in there, you can't get rid of it. The only incinerator on earth, right here, right in downtown Bountiful. It's right off the freeway. They burn it residential, right next to the first autism charter school in the world. So I talked to this woman that started it. I was a very autistic kid, if that's what you call it. I think autism is the ridiculousest fucking word ever come up. It's a brain spectrum disease, and it affects everybody in a dramatic way. And then you got these, there's some fucked up kids out there from bad parenting, from fucking dope they put them on, and they'll call it fucking autism, which it's not autism. They're fucking mentally fucking deformed. They're challenged from the drugs and the fucking parents. The fucking, it's not autism. They have some form of mental retardation. Very sad that they want to call it autism and put them on more drugs. So she gets a charter to start this spectrum school, and I'm like, we know for a fact, I proved it in my PhD, there's fucking really only one cause of autism. Only one. We know what it is. It's nuclear fallout. It's fucking benzene. It's auto exhaust. It's pollution. It's fucking unarguable. It's unarguable. I proved it. It's unarguable. We're the autism capital in the world right here. We're the skin cancer capital of the world. We're probably the leukemia capital. We're the BSE capital of the world. All of the above right here. How is that possible? Huh. We're the autism capital of the world. So she gets it. They spin it in the media. That's what they do here. They spin everything in the media. That's all the media because it's dogma. Everybody's in ground. Everybody thinks they're going to be a royal. So we go back to Hamilton. We go back to these guys. They're trying to expand the East India Company. Like Walmart, these royals are expanding. They have their slaves making goods. They want to expand in North America. These guys are like, fuck, can you believe this? Like the old thing, what do you always do? Like the Mountain Adam massacre here. By the way, which my great-great-grandpa is the guy who tried to fight that off. That's the bloodlines I have. Which, 1857, right there in Echo Canyons, I walked up to the rocks. First person to ever videotape it, ever. Full of AML leukemia on an Easter Sunday. I fucking did it. It's right there on YouTube. You're too blind to see the writing on the wall. I was not ready for the fall. So, that happened on 9/11. I call it the first 9/11. So, they don't want this cheap goods, just like them. They dressed up like Indians. Blame it on those fucking Indians. Blame it on those natives. He says it beautifully, my Navajo friend down there, who's fighting the uranium mines. His own fucking people are trying to fucking drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody thinks they're going to be a royal. Even the native leaders think they're going to be royals. Think that money is wealth, when money is not wealth. Putting uranium mines in the Grand Canyon. Why don't we tap fucking, all the pain and the death as they fight? But everybody thinks they're going to be a royal. So they dress up like fucking Indians. I'll show you racism. You want to see racism? Come fucking visit me, and let's, when I get back from Europe, and we'll go to the reservations down there. I'll show you fucking racism. You ain't seen fucking racism till you get on the fucking Navajo fucking talk to them. I'll show you racism. By the way, most of the reservations in Arizona, the most racist state in the fucking world by 10 times. What they've done to the Navajos is beyond disgusting. It's fucking beyond disgusting. So they dress up like Indians and throw the tea overboard. Fuck you. Get your fucking royal fucking shit out. So the Masons, they're meeting there. They break ranks. They divide. They're like, fuck you. Fuck you, English royal fuckers. There's a major divide, including fucking Joseph Smith's grandfather, who started more. It's all fucking Masonic. It's all Masonic. But it still comes down in groups, whether you're Masonic with your skull and crossbones. Skull and crossbones makes the Masonics look like church mice. So they fracture. Everybody knows economically. Hamilton was so well-read, so smart. Washington said it perfectly. He said, I realized what a fucking brilliant dude he was. How incredible he was. And Jefferson. He says, I just sat back and let them do their thing. That was the brilliance of Washington. He called him his son, his bastard son. His pseudo de facto son. He says, well, there's only one way. We create a thing called the Coast Guard. We block the fuckers. They want to come in here? They ain't getting in here. First 8 employees of the United States. The first 8, all 8. Paid employees of the United States with the Coast Guard. Which was done through the Merchant Marines. The Merchant Marines. They were called Merchant Marines. Why were they called Merchant Marines? In the 1770s. To block cheap Chinese goods coming in to protect the craftsmen. So the war, it breaks out. Where the fuck are they going to get money to fucking fight this fucking war? Jefferson's family's got money. There's lots of colonials around the fucking there that had lots of money. They had high quality. In fact, including the Delanors, that family, incredible historic families have been there for a long time as they protected. They built an incredible society in the colonies. They went to them. Hey, loan us some money. They wrote paper. They went to the French. Oh, Marie Antoinette. Now we have Marie Antoinette. Let's see, that Austrian girl. How old was she? How old was she when they fucking exiled her and tried to save the monarchy in France? So they go find the Austrian. Fuck, how old was that girl? 14? They find her, bring her there. So this ugly little creepy French fucker's supposed to have sex with this beautiful little Austrian girl who's a child. You know how they did it in those days? They'd actually put him in the bed, give him all kinds of aphrodisiacs. It was get them erotic, whatever, and then they would actually watch them have sex so they could fucking guarantee the line went on, because we know, Longshanks, that these royals like to freaking have sex with all kinds of different fucking people. So they watched. This guy couldn't even get a hard on. Couldn't do it. The children that they had in France that Marie Antoinette, are they his? I highly doubt any of them are his children. My guess, Jefferson's, most likely. So, remember, he was having sex with his own slaves. Remember the racist Jesse Helms? He got pushed back. He's related to Jefferson through one of the black slaves. Fama K. Brody, right here, went to school right here. She wrote that biography. I knew her very well. The greatest female. Oh, they blackball her here. So they get the money from the French. The French Revolution is fucking rage. They're fucking cutting off 40 people's heads a day in Paris with the guillotine. Maximilian, the anti-capital punishment guy, remember him? That's fucking slaughtering. I mean, the price they paid. You even spoke a royal word. You even muttered a royal phrase. You were rounded up. Does that need to happen here? Sadly, I think yes. So they're done. They cut, including that little girl. Yeah, they chopped her head off too. Marie Antoinette let them eat cake, which she never said that, but it's metaphorical. She took the fall. Did she do any of it? No, she was a fucking Austrian young fucking girl. Who did it? The very population fucking that powers that stepped down. Look at King James in the NBA. You kids play with that ball. You could be like, they've fallen for it, just like they did then. But a few fucking activists. A guy living in the fucking sewer, and we've seen how he went. She stabbed him through the fucking throat. Bloody? Oh my God, that French Revolution. Bloody. American Revolution, whew. Hamilton. Fighting off the English, right there in Fort Greene, right there in Brooklyn, right there leading the charge. They lost the Battle of Brooklyn, remember? Valley Forge. These incredible fights, hardcore, brutal. They stood their ground because they believed in craftsmen. They believed a simple fight. Hamilton said it over and over and over. It's the simple fight. It goes back to the Greek tragedy. It goes back to the Spartacans. It goes back to all of them. Achilles. It goes back to the Egyptians. It goes back all the way. Either you believe in slavery or you believe in enlightenment. Was it a fairy tale? Hamilton read Greek tragedies, or is it all Greek mythology? Well, I guess then Hamilton was a fucking fairy tale, and it looks like it was. Then America will be viewed in history just like, oh, it's a Greek mythology. They didn't create the strongest middle class in the history of mankind. It only stood for just a little while. It was a fairy tale. The royals always win. Well, apparently so. They're back. So, we go race forward to World War I. The royals have fucking desecrated Europe. One family. That same bloodline that Marie Antoinette belonged to, the same family. Same family right there in Austria. Beethoven said it perfectly. Beethoven, that fucking radical they wanted dead. Here's the royal standing there. They come walking, Beethoven walks right through the center of them. All his friends say, what, are you fucking nuts? You have to move aside for all these. He says, fuck them, they need to move aside for me. Fuck them. Who the fuck are these fucking inbred creeps? So what happens in 1914? It erupts with a gun from right here, a Browning gun fucking right here. Ogden, Utah. Black hand. The Austrian king's whacked. The fucking, it's a tinderbox waiting to happen. It happens simultaneously around the world. In Russia, they lined them all up, the cousins, the inbred bleeders, Queen Elizabeth's cousins. They lined them all up all the way down to the last child and executed them all. And let's not forget, remember Anastasia, that crazy bitch in Virginia who claimed she was Anastasia and lived off fucking, she lived like a royal her whole life. Oh, I'm Anastasia, and then they finally fucking did the DNA while she was alive here several years ago. She was a lying bitch the whole fucking time. Fucking they killed them all. Anastasia never got away. Are you kidding? They fucking whacked every one of them. They whacked all the royals, 1914 in your head. Killed them all. Lee National, fucking making guns still. They were slaughtering them. Churchill was a smart fucking SS fucker. Scotland Yard he come out of. He teed up people, that's what he did. He fucking teed up people for a living. They make him the leader in fucking jolly old England. He has one job: protect the monarchy. Protect the monarchy. They're all falling like fish. They're all falling. We only have one chance. Our fucking inbred bastard child fucking sons in the United States. No, but Franklin Delano Roosevelt's in the White House. The Delanors, they hate those fucking English royal fuckers. The arranged marriage between Franklin's dad. Franklin's dad was what, 30, 40 years older than that beautiful Delano girl? Arranged Masonic fucking marriage? Absolutely. But they were a different type of Mason. He's having no part of it. Fuck you, royal inbred fuckers. You're all going. Franklin's son says it best. His book says it over and over and over best. He was with his dad, and Winston lived in the fucking White House for a long time. I got to tell you, Winston, I went to England when I was a boy. I saw Queen Victoria. I hated the old witch. There's nothing more quintessentially American to hate royals. We founded this country on fucking hate. No royal bill sets foot here. We're taking you all out. The fucking monarchy is done. The Atlantic Conference, which was created, Yalta by the Sea, 70 years ago now, no royals. Yeah, they killed them all with a fucking bullet. Why do you think Sweden fought with Hitler? Fucking Mussolini was hung upside down, skinned alive, him and burned and set on fucking fire. These fucking royals were fucking executed one by one. But the fucking royals in England, how they stand? Because they got the fucking United States fucking guarding them, fighting for them. The Russians fighting for them, doing their dirty work for them. 28 million men, the Russians fucking lost. So they divide up the world. Okay, Stalin, you take fucking all of Eastern Europe. How can we stop you? Fucking 28 million fucking men. You're the ones that fucking Bala Stalingrad held him off. They're the ones that took apart fucking Hitler, busted his fucking back. The Russians. But you help us finish the job with that elitist royal shogun fucking emperor in fucking Japan who's even sicker than the fucking Hitler, who've been attacking anything in Asia. You remember Teddy won a fucking real Nobel Peace Prize for fucking settling the fucking war between the Japanese and the Russians over North Korea, over the Philippines. They had been genociding fucking anything Asian for fucking hundreds of years because they're elitist royals in Japan. One fucking inbred family. Kill the emperor, all these fucking things. Kill the emperor, kill the queen. Just like, why do you not take out that one when you took out all the rest? You killed them all in Russia. You killed them all in Austria. You killed them all. Why are you not? You killed them all across France. Why aren't you going to kill the fucking one in England and the one in Japan? Why are you firebombing their fucking people? They don't know. These evil fucking emperor. And do not forget what the Japanese did at the Bataan Death Marches. The royal family and these sick motherfuckers to the American soldiers. Fucking do not forget these fuckers in fucking Okinawa. What they did to the Marines, slaughtering them. The fucking Japanese people refuse to stand up against that because they can't. They've been groomed into this shogun system for fucking centuries. Kind of like you English fucks. How can you still bow to this evil sick? She sits on her fucking golden gilt crown yesterday and cuts more fucking money out of you. I cannot understand how England has not revolted and overturned that fucking monarchy to this day. You know, oh look, Kate, you know, and this creepy, ugly, floppy-eared fucking Charles, he couldn't stand having sex with that beautiful girl. He had to go fucking like they are, the pedophile fucking creepy fucking rats they are, have sex with that ugly cousin of his. The one he's married to now. They whacked Diana? Oh, fuck yes, they've whacked Diana. They whacked her like she never been fucking whacked. That's the most obvious fucking assassination you ever fucking seen. And we're too blind to see. So people line up, oh, Kate's going to have a baby. You think they fucking coincidentally named it King George? So they slaughter them all. No rules. 70 years ago, that's the deal. Y'all divide the sea, it's over. We have the new thing called the Atlantic, which is the UN. Oh, no. They forced Wallace out. They find fucking Truman. Skull and crossbones, Russell's born. Cal Berkeley. Nuclear. Megan Rice says it perfectly. He's the guy who come up with the whole fucking gig lived 3 doors down from her in New York City. He was working on it for 10 years. They forced him out. Stalin's first words on April 12th, 7 years ago, when FDR tipped over dead in Hot Springs. Who killed him? They knew. The English are sitting back there with their shit at me. We survived again. How? They knew as soon as he was dead, they had fucking Truman bought, paid for. Nuclear fucking Truman. And his fucking psychotic, sick, fucking whacked out fucking wife. That fucking, she was worse than fucking Lincoln's fucking lunatic fucking wife. By the way, Lincoln went bankrupt while in the White House because of her. I mean, fucking psychos. So, there goes. Oh, this is going to be easy. They hijacked the UN, the nuclear industry. The cartel set up at Berkeley, Stanford, Harvard, MIT Media Lab. And any of you fuckers that go to work for that nuclear fucking cartel and you put those golden handcuffs on, you know, and weapons designer at fucking Livermore, those mass murdering evil fuckers, make $1.5 million a year. They do nothing. It's serfdom. It's the top of the serfdom. You want to play serfdom? It's all peasants now. The royals are back. 13 fucking Democratic senators, 44. The fucking greatest betrayals, the TPP. Can't even read it. We know what it is. It's the royals. It's back. The United States fought back with simply a tariff. We had tariffs to 94. Bill Walmart Clinton. Dagger. Ross Perot said it. Whoosh. But this is even fucking more sinister. This is more fucking slavery. Slavery full blown out by a fucking black guy? Really? How can the African American community not go psychotic? You have, I protested in New York City at Vanderbilt's house. The public be damned. There's an Apple store in there. Think about the fucking metaphor of that. 454,000 so-called climate activists in the streets of fucking Manhattan in a cage. Don't raise your voice. They cage themselves. They police themselves. They're pathetic, by the way. All the activism, it doesn't get it. They don't get it. I'm like, come on, let's go protest over there. You know, everybody knows I'm in the city. Come on, come on. What? What? I'm videotaping the sons, the great-great-grandsons of antebellum slave South with hair extensions from executed Chinese prisoners running down the NFL fields. What? What's slavery? I'm African-American in the United States. What's a slave? I'm a baker. What's a cake? I'm an American. What's a tariff? This great aberration, this fairy tale, this fucking Greek mythology that was fucking done called the United States, Hamilton, this fucking bastard child living in the Caribbean. Washington, they couldn't do this. They can't fight the fucking Queen. There's no way they can take on the fucking royals. World War II, no way. These fucking royal family in fucking Italy, the royal family in fucking Sweden, the royal family in fucking Germany, the royal family in Japan. You can't take them on. They're too powerful. The United States and Russia took them on. Fairy tale, huh? So what have we done to Russia? Oh, let's share the bomb. So that was they knew that fucking Russia had the bomb. FDR knew. He says, okay, the deal is, yeah, you can take Eastern Europe if you help us finish the job in Japan. And the argument was, kill the emperor, quit firebombing the fucking people, firebombing their cardboard cities, fucking over and over and over and over and over. As they lived in poverty for centuries. Japan lived in poverty. As they've become the technology, ticking time bomb, fucking nuclear fucking island now. It was inevitable that it happened in Japan. It's inevitable that it happens again in Japan. It's inevitable that it happens in California, Diablo Canyon, San Onofre. Let's build nuclear reactors and turn these into ticking fucking time bombs because these sick motherfuckers. Let's human lab rat our own men in the Nevada test site. That Danish fucking adopted fucking boy, my father. Let's fucking draft him, turn him into a special force guy, swear him to fucking secrecy, fucking human lab rat and cut his fucking tonsils out. Fucking him and his 40,000 brothers. Send them fucking home. Mutate their gene pool so their fucking gene pool's all fucked up so they have birth-defected children. They have lung fucking problems in their children. They have male-female twins, all kinds of defects. They have autistic children. And watch them all die. Let's just keep track how long it takes them to die of leukemia. And let's see how long it takes their kids to die. There's 300,000 of us kids. We're dying in droves in 40 and 50. No one gives a fuck about us. I was at Helen Keldicott's tea party. Don't say the word F word. There she is from the University of Washington doing her great work on the Marshallese. Oh, it's so disconnected. It's in the Marshallese. You know, Molly reads my question. Well, Kevin Blanch wants to know, why won't you talk under your nose? There's 300,000 of the atomic veterans right here in the United States, right out of the Nevada test site, that were unilateral, just like them. Their kids are living right. You won't even speak about them. Why? She won't answer the question. I talked to her. She can't answer because they're dogma. They've gone through an academia fucking path that that's all they know. They are serfdom. The marine biologist, is it possible the greatest PhD opportunity in the fucking history is the Pacific Ocean, post-Fukushima? Is it possible 4.5 years later no one's done it? I've done it. I've done it. I'll tell you why, because I've been told by every marine biologist, by every fucking university academia, and I've been in them all. I've been up and down. We can't talk about it. They have the data. We're told to stand down by the feds. The feds, so they stand down. Why do they stand down? Because they like their serpent. You like this job? You like this job? You're a university department chair. You make a couple $100,000 a year. You don't have to do anything. You get to go on these conferences all over the world for fucking 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. You get to go all over and you just put up your feet like the fucking soccer guys in Switzerland. And we all know it's corrupt. We know you don't teach anymore. You like that lifestyle? Yeah, my wife, my kids, my grandkids, they think I'm really something when you're a fucking rat. Well, if you don't, if you like it, you better shut the fuck up and stand down. That's what they tell them, and I've been told that right there. The head of the University of Washington radiology department said point blank to my friend the other day, just recently, oh, we can't talk. The Fed's told to stand down. I've been told that over and over and over and over. I was told it right in the Monterey Aquarium. I've been told it by the Navy as I was at the USS Reagan trial all by myself, all the summer 21. No one gave a fuck about it. No one cared. It was just me by myself the whole time. At the USS Reagan, at the ship report, me. You know, everybody else, now there's people on it. There were a few people, so-called radio hosts, just like Megan Rice. I'm at the Megan Rice trial. Oh, now we're going to get an interview with Megan. Where the fuck were you when it fucking happened? I'm fucking sick of them all. You know, fuck everybody. Fuck them all. Fuck this fake fucking nuclear fucking bullshit. They want a bandwagon. That's all they do. They don't want to do the work. I'm down there by myself. Only one. Me and the attorneys. They're frisking me every day. The white shirts are attacking me every day. You know, threatening me every day. Fuck, I'm sick. You know, but I'm doing the work. I'm recording it. You know, they won't let me video inside. You know, I'm talking to the Navy. I'm talking to the Marines because I'm connected to the fucking Marines. Kevin, we have the data. We know the data. We cannot repeat the data. We've been told not to cause panic. This is the military. It's hierarchy. You fucking break ranks there, you go to Leavenworth, like they put Greg and Michael. You break ranks inside the academia, really, none of you fuckers, because it's all serfdom and Mary's drink to it. We want to be fucking peasants, and the royals are back. They're all back. It's not New World. They were paid to call it New World Order because it takes your fucking mind off the sense of history, because all the royals and these elitists that have fucking all got in the club, like a Barack Obama, here's your Swiss bank account, you're in the club now. They know, if you understand history, how it ends. And it always ends. And it doesn't end nicely, and they know that. There's only one thing they fear. They fear death. They fear fucking prison. They know they ain't going to prison because they own the courts. Just like these guys, they could have busted them for the last 20, 30 years. None of those guys are going to go to prison. You know, they'll fucking arrest them, make a big dog and pony show, fuck thing here. It's an unwritten rule. It's the Bush, Obama, fucking Clinton rule. White-collar crime's not only, and the maximum you can ever be charged is 10 cents on the dollar. It's always 10 cents on the dollar is the fine. So you rob $50 billion, you pay back 5. Everybody. So not only is that not a deterrent, everybody's like, what a sweet gig. Free thieving fucking money. White-collar crime in Utah is not even discouraged. It's encouraged. It's taught. The Mormon missionaries teach it. They teach it at the fucking BYU. Carl Rove, fucking Mike Lee. Mike Lee's house in foreclosure gets $600,000 under the bank bailout. Why he says he's fucking a Tea Party this end. I mean, this is the co-op language. That's what they've done. They panic paint the artist, any fucking artist. A guy making fucking stucco jobs and rock jobs and whatever refuses to switch to the fake stucco to the fake fucking rock. Refuses to exploit fucking a hungry brown people because it's against the law. It's immoral. It's fucking wrong on every level. But everybody else does it. Puts hairspray. Come on, you kids. Mama, well, how come you did that? Son? Well, everybody was doing it. What an excuse, huh? Everybody's doing it. We're going to be royals. You play with that ball, Johnny, and you can make $100 million just like King James. You can be King James. You can stand in Portugal with the fucking inbred, ugly fucking kid. You can be just like the fucking what was his name? Prince Andrew. Having sex with 14-year-olds. Bill Clinton's buddy Epstein went to prison for it. Those girls are still alive in Manhattan. They're running that fucking escort service. It's still alive. Teenagers. Wow. Well, think about the Catholic Church. How many teenagers did they rape in this fucking country? How many went to jail? 0.0. America. It was a fairy tale. Hamilton, Washington, it was just Greek mythology. It never real, and that's why it's going to be written in history. Didn't last very long, did it? You know, it had been challenged many times. She'd been challenged many times. But really, from 1776 to 1980 wasn't very long. Wasn't very long. They found the fucking CIA crime family, fucking Hitler's fucking buddy, Prescott Bush, and the crime family. They found Bill Walmart Clinton and Hillary Rodham. The Clinton brought them fucking right out of the House of Windsor. Oxford scholar, Rhodes Scholar, Carl Rhodes, the poet pedophile, Rhodesia, one of the biggest fucking human rights fucking rape artists in history, the pedophile. He used to like to have sex with boys. You think about the head of BP, the CEO of BP, as I was in Manhattan. This is Exxon Valdez. Back in the 90s, I was working on Wall Street then. I get invited to the oil thing. BP's, this is clear back in the 90s. He's speaking. What did he say? Lord, what's his name? Lord Brown, East Constable. I raised my hand. My boss was like, oh, no, please don't call on Kevin. First question up. Yeah, I'd arranged it with the dude. I had to give him a little bit of money, but I handed him some money to make sure I wasn't in cash in his hand. I want the first question up. So I stand up. I'm like, hey, Bill or Bob or Fred, whatever the fuck your name is, where the fuck you coming into Hamiltonville? Right here and calling yourself Lord. You're standing on the very fucking ground that Hamilton fucking shot your ancestors in the fucking head at the Battle of Brooklyn. The fucking George Washington, who the fuck do you rape us? You fuckers raped the fucking Gulf of fucking Alaska. Who the fuck do you think you rape us? We don't call people Lord in this country. Fuck you, Fred. Got escorted out, standing ovation in the firm, which our firm is gone. They gutted all that. They gutted it all. Yeah, how do you have to step down from BP? Yep, having sex with young boys. These sick, inbred fuckers. So we left one family standing. The Queen. That ugly bitch and her ugly fucking creepy flop-eared fucking kids and this creepy ugly grandson. Ooh, we got a picture of Kate, that ugly creepy bitch. Fucking, but we left them stand, and England ain't got the balls to fucking overthrow them. They fucking just prop up another one. This special relationship, and never forget this. Tony Blair, who helped orchestrate the Queen's fucking royal mass murder of the Iraqi, spray fucking depleted uranium, white phosphorus all over the Garden of Eden for time and all eternity. This special relationship. Rupert Murdoch, Operation Foxconn, right out of the House of Windsor, wrap yourself up in flag, Hannity, and all these rats all should be hung. That did this. That's the propaganda mouthpiece for the royals, is Fox News, right out of the House of Windsor. Fucking Rupert Murdoch says it himself. His gold-digging Chinese royal family wife, who hooked up with him the second wife, the older children knew. We have blood closets. She was smart enough, float him up on Viagra or whatever, make sure some of that sperm, I'm sure she probably, just like the French royals, actually had people physically witness the old creepy fucker on her. Can you imagine? Talk about the end. She had 2 children. They got divorced. He filed for divorce on her. Why? Because she was having an affair. With who? Tony Blair. You cannot make this shit up. The royal inbreds, they fucking migrate. They fucking magnetate to each other. A royal leader said, now it's corporate board members of the United States. You have 400 people that are running the world, corporate board members. They're all on the same board. Look, I give their names and addresses. The same people that fucking own Westinghouse, Hillary Westinghouse Clinton, Bill Uranium, let's make a deal in Kazakhstan. I thought Toshiba bought, which they did post-Fukushima. Just like all these laws. They just fucking do these things to bypass American law. That's all the TPP is. You'll be able to do anything you want now. You find the weakest law, Thailand, where Barack Obama grew up. Barry grew up. And then it bypasses American law. We're fucked. And think about the 13 Democratic rats. How about the 44 fucking Republican rats? And they'll pass it in the House because the Republicans are fucking gone. They're fucking ignorant and dumber dirt, these fucking laws. Ignorance killed America. It's over. Hasta la vista, baby. See you in Europe soon. I'll be in Europe soon. Fuck the American
all
bully.
nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Plumgate 311.